Putting on your jacket.
Jacket's still there. My husband's clearly not seen it.
Life, as is per normal, organized chaos in the kitchen of Cooking for a Cause. And no, do not adjust your laptop, your gadget, or wherever you're watching this. This is indeed the grand finale of Cooking for a Cause. This is not David's kitchen. In case you think he did some renovations in a week's time, he didn't. We're at the very swanky Experience Centre in a certain part of Johannesburg known as Kramerville. I think it is. They have allowed us in here for our grand finale, grande, because there's so much of today's show that is so much bigger than the last 4 weeks have been, isn't it, David?
Unbelievable. I mean, it's almost surreal being here, having these folks that we've been talking to over the internet over the last
In real
month.
life.
In real life, yeah.
And what's bizarre for me is because we got to know all of them over the last few weeks. So everybody just greeted each other like we knew them. Oh, hi, how are you? How's your daughter? How's everything? How's the law? How's the law firm going? Oh, this is the first time we are meeting in real life. So you'll see the pictures. David and I are behind the counter and our 4 contestants.
The 4 containers.
Yeah.
However, I have to say, guys, you can carry on cooking.
Yes.
Okay, please don't wait. I can see everybody's looking at us. Carry on cooking, please.
Because you see how excited I get because I'm seeing people in real life. We spent the last few months meeting people over Zoom. We have some unfinished business. We need to bring everybody up to date on how far we are after last week's show. Because, of course, you had the show on Monday announcing the winner. But just to recap, we had one more contestant sneak in for today's grand finale. Let's find out what happened in Dave's kitchen on Cooking for a Cause last week Friday.
Can you just take that off the heat for me?
Yes, chef. Is it therapy for you to be in the kitchen, David?
It's definitely therapy. definitely
Because
therapy.
it's also work.
Yeah, no, but it's not really work. It's not really. It's what I love. It's what
You
I
do
love
love
doing.
it though, right?
Okay, and when there's good wine involved, it's not work.
This is where the heart and soul of that kitchen is. This is where everything happens, and this is where people cook for the love of it and for the love of the people that they're cooking for.
So we're basically a family that loves to cook and bake.
Oh, that sounds like my kind of family.
Yeah, definitely. You are quick. You are focused. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving
She's
it.
got like, she's stirring different things.
I know.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes.
Oh, no, my dad would be really upset if he heard that. I'm actually, he's watching out, he's probably cursing. It's Portuguese. Believe it or not, it's actually my first day I've ever made pap.
Ooh, the first time for everything.
first
And
time.
people could smell what it smells like in this kitchen right now.
A rack of lamb. We've got green beans. We've got millipap. Okay, maize meal. Beautiful Healy's mature cheddar. And you know, and I think this is one of the beautiful things about Heritage Month is that as South Africans, we eat the whole animal. Whether it's the sheep's head, whether it's the tail, the sheep's tail, whether it's the trotters or whatever. Like, we eat everything.
We
you know,
do,
we
we do.
do.
No, we are.
Listen,
Beef lovers.
Mtata,
Beef lovers.
Mtata has not met
But-
sheep that it
but
hasn't
you know-
liked.
So it's actually not Portuguese inspired, which again to my dad's dismay, but
Yeah, your dad's going to be very upset
Dad
tonight.
with many things. Macy van Bloemfontein.
Yeah, your dad is going to get really upset. Let me just tell you, your dad is getting more and more upset. First, he was from Samoa, okay? Like, where are we going with this?
Yeah, he likes to talk, eh? He doesn't even need somebody next to him to talk.
Socializing. We're not talking about socializing. Making new friends. I got cut down properly. I said, what are you doing?
Oh God, the fat is just, fat is flavor, is what the famous chefs say. Oh, my mommy says you followed her on Instagram.
No.
That's the first message I got
Did you
this
see all the
morning.
food that she cooks?
Yeah, the first message on WhatsApp. Higgsy followed me on Instagram.
Higgsy.
This Higgsy. David, first name basis.
Happy spring, everybody. Happy spring.
So, if you've been watching David Higgs's Cooking for a Cause, you'll know that once you show the highlights, we'll also show you the tough job that this guy has because he then needs to taste the foods, and that is what we did. And David, who was the winner?
And the winner for the 4th week was Ty in the corner.
Woohoo!
Good job, Ty.
Snuck in as the 4th finalist. And I just realized, girl power.
Properly, huh?
Oh,
Properly.
woman power.
Yeah, please.
Are all our finalists, and she snuck in. And all of this happening, of course, because of our partners. We will talk about them throughout the show. And of course, a very special host for us being the Experience Center here. And just to mention, of course, we all had our temperatures checked before we arrived. All regulations as per level 2 of this very important lockdown has been seen to, and we'll try to be as careful as possible.
We will stop drinking at 10 o'clock.
No, a little bit earlier.
Apparently.
We still have to figure out how we're going to get you home.
Yes.
We'll leave that. Maybe one card can do that.
One card.
They don't have much to
One
do.
card can cart me home.
Exactly. So let's find out about our contestants, I think. Or we're going to do the ingredients first. That's what we need to do first.
I think we're going to do the ingredients first.
You see, I'm so used to being in your kitchen. This is all very fancy
So
right now.
I'm gonna put. Can I pull
Yeah,
this thing?
you
Can I
can.
pull this thing closer? How cool is this thing? Anyway, so guys, the ingredients today were the. So if you haven't been watching the show, I don't know where you've been. Okay, I know it's been on Friday nights. It's a Monday night now. But essentially, the contestants over the last month have been delivered ingredients by various suppliers.
So we've got Urban Foods,
Urban
we've
Foods.
got La Marinia, and the good folks at Bull and Bush
Yes.
have taken care of all our ingredients.
So the ingredients have been delivered to our contestants' houses, and they then have 1 hour to put a dish together for us. That was then picked up by one cart and delivered to me at my house. And quite crazy if you think about how this whole thing sort of came about, and in such short time. So what were the ingredients today? So today we have falafel pasta, we've got fillet or ribeye, we've got rosemary, thyme, avocado, parmesan, tomatoes, tin tomatoes, red peppers, chilies, baby onions, basil, walnuts and blue cheese. These are the key ingredients. There's also a communal table of various bits and pieces that they can then choose on, spices and things generally that you will find on your in your pantry. Okay, so the main ingredient being the fillet was also then supported by Fatties and Monies, one of our big sponsors, and one of their leading lines is the Bellissimo range. It's a new range. It's 100% durum wheat, and today we are using the falafel pasta.
Are you pronouncing it correctly?
Yes.
Is it falafel or
No,
something
no.
like that?
No, it's falafel.
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 With the oorval nie.
No,
Which we
no.
might do a little bit
And I
later.
think there's a little video.
Let's find out about Fatties and Monies.
Introducing the new premium quality pasta range from Fatties and Monies. Bravo to you.
I didn't taste the video.
And we are back. Live television.
Fuck.
All right.
Lekker.
We are here at the Experience Center in Johannesburg.
Was
We're
that
not
it?
in Dave's kitchen. Yeah.
Was that it
very
for the
good.
video?
Yeah, it was a quickie.
Look,
I'll just leave that there. Let us go to the important people here
Yes,
today. The 4
absolutely.
contestants,
I'll be
the
back.
4 finalists, and we're going to go in order of how they became finalists. We're going to start with winner of show number 1, Sarah Williams, who, I mean, I feel like it was just yesterday when we met each other on Zoom, Sarah, and now here you are in the grand finale. Now, Sarah Williams, I'll never forget because your story was very fascinating to me because you grew up with a dad and your late brother who were qualified chefs, and they ran a restaurant and a chef school in the Northern Cape. And as much as you didn't follow that as your career, cooking is a large part of what you love to do. So welcome, Sarah Williams, contestant winner number 1.
Week 1, a month ago, over a month
I know,
ago.
right?
Eh,
It's like
amazing,
an age ago.
So tell me quickly, where in the Northern Cape?
Kimberley?
Kimberley.
So, well, I actually grew up in a small town called Lime Acres, but then we're now based in Kimberley. Well,
Okay.
my parents are, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. So the first thing that you need to tell me is what is going on. What are you
Sure,
cooking?
there's actually a lot going on, as
Okay.
expected. I'm busy toasting the walnuts. I've got the olive oil just steeping with like the basil, kind of all the offcuts of everything that I chopped up over here.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going to strain those all off.
Yeah.
Some garlic, and then just getting my pot ready for my pasta, and yeah.
Okay. What?
Right.
So what are you doing?
Okay, so
Exactly.
I'm doing a very clean, like neat pasta, like olive oil, just fresh flavors, lemon zest, chili, basil, and then and some garlic, and then I'm going to do that with a fillet. I'm very clean as well, black pepper, salt, just kind of not just to bring out the flavor of the steak, and then yeah, just accompanying that with like roasted red pepper salsa, some caramelized onions, and some caramelized baby walnuts.
Beautiful.
So baby onions, walnuts.
So tell me quickly, what do you think the biggest challenge is with the dish that you're serving? What's the tricky part? What?
So for me, I'm not used to eating pasta with steak.
Okay.
That is probably like the biggest challenge for me. It's not something I'd normally put together. So yeah, that like, yeah, in my head, I'm just like, whoa, but I got it.
I like it.
Awesome.
Good luck.
This is really hot.
Sarah, where's your wine? Cheers.
I just wanted to ask Sarah a question.
Okay, go.
I agree with you about the steak not necessarily going with the pasta, because in my head I feel like pasta is like heavy. Well, you know what I mean. And you don't always think of having steak with that because you don't want it to be
That's
to
how
be
I
heavy.
wanted to do the pasta with like just nice, fresh, clean olive oil.
Yes.
Just nice flavors, not like, oh.
And it's beautiful meat as well, so you don't really have to do that
don't
much to
spoil
it.
it. Don't waste it.
Hey?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Loving it. Loving it. Who's
Asking
next?
good questions, eh?
Who's next?
You'd say that I'm the chef here. On to winner of show number 2. A woman with another fascinating story that stayed with me. I'm now following her on Instagram as well, and to find everybody else. So, Rakhi Shah was the winner of show number 2. She's got a blog called Chakula, which means food in Swahili. And you and your husband have been lucky enough to live in various places in the world and taste a variety of different kind of food, and that's influenced how you live and cook now as well.
Yes, of course. Yeah, definitely. Like you said, growing up in Kenya and then lived in England and Washington, D.C. I think we spoke about it in the second show. So yeah, definitely moving around, just getting to try different cuisines. You know, you get a palate and you want more and more and more. So yeah, and then coming here more recently, we've been here about 7 years. But it's just the stuff you get here. You can't help but fall in love with food.
Absolutely.
Because it's funny, we go to England now, and most of the produce is from South Africa in the supermarkets there. So I think we take that for granted here. But
No, we do.
That's what's really inspiring here.
No, we do.
So what's happening?
Rakhi, tell me the dish.
Okay. Right, we're gonna we've got the ribeye fillet.
Yeah.
We're gonna cook that on the skillet. I'm trying to make a fresh Romanesco sauce with that.
You say you're trying to make. What's the challenge?
So I don't have the smoky ancho chilies or anything.
Yeah.
But what I've done here is charred the peppers, charred onions. So try and get as much smoky flavour in that I can get.
You did it on the grill, yeah?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Perfect.
So the griddle's been on, so I've got that, and then this is slightly on the thicker side, but this is for the pasta. I've got a walnut pesto sauce.
Yeah.
I am going to thin it down so it's not going to be too heavy with the steak, hopefully. And that's the dish.
I like it. I like it. So other than this, where's your challenge? You said that this was maybe a little bit thick.
Yeah, I want to maybe water it down with the pasta water, maybe
Yeah,
flavour it a little bit more.
Yeah,
The challenge for me, I'm not a big meat eater.
Okay.
I tend to be more plant-based. So cooking a big chunk of steak is a bit daunting for me.
I'm sorry I did this to
That's
you.
all right. I think my hair was black when I started the show.
Oh, we can share
Yeah,
some of this
exactly.
great.
Because we have that in common. Cooking the steak, I'm stressing about that.
And have you decided on the fillet or the ribeye?
It's ribeye.
Yeah, it's ribeye. Yeah.
Which is what I
Yeah.
always prefer. I don't know you, David. A
Bit of
little bit
fat.
of flat fat going in there, which is a
Yeah.
good thing. I know it's not the healthiest, but it's
That's fine, but thank
a
you for
good
the
thing.
hint. We'll try and work on that.
Okay, so the one thing that I've noticed is that firstly, what is this? What
That
happened here?
The first casualty. That was the first casualty. Just a little cut. I obviously sharpened my knife more than I realised. So
Anyway,
at least you'll have a scar.
part and parcel of it.
You'll have a scar with an interesting story, right?
Well, exactly.
can you please stop shaking?
I'll try. It's just in my nature. I can't help it. But I'll try with the red wine.
Yeah, there we go.
It's the best medicine. It makes everything better.
I know.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's Rakhi. Let's leave her to it. She's got a challenge of her own. Everybody's got a little challenge, it seems, with their different dishes, which is a good thing. I mean, we're pushing the boundaries here. That's what we want to do. So the winner of show 3, David, is Elfriede Jonker. Now, Elfriede was the woman who really knocked my socks off because she's a lawyer by trade, mother of 3, self-trained cook. I mean, you also said, Elfriede, at the time, you also come from a very traditional food background, so the experimentation happened later on in life. And I remember you knocked David's socks off with the dish that you made.
Yeah. I mean, we spoke about things like fish cake made with almond flowers and other things that I haven't even thought of, you know. So, eh?
Thanks, yeah.
No,
Come
it
and
was-
spend some time there with us.
Exactly, exactly.
And I mean, you've got a very busy household. I mean, you had your 10-year-old was here,
Yeah,
your
he's
sous
just
chef, the
outside,
2
yeah.
toddlers are at home being looked after.
they are.
And yet, your safe space is your kitchen, isn't it?
Kitchen, cooking, always been my safe space, my happy place. So that's where we go when anything goes wrong or when you feel stressed, then I go into the kitchen. I'm just feeling very much uncomfortable because I usually cook barefoot with music on. So this is really...
We're going to have to see about that, eh?
We got white shoes on. Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
look,
It's not very practical in the kitchen.
What do you mean not practically? What are you talking about?
Sy wil kaalvoet wees man.
yeah, usually I'm cold food with music on. So this is a little bit out of my
Sounds like
comfort
my
zone.
kind of kitchen.
And lots of kids doing stuff. So, yeah.
I have to just say, like one of my biggest challenges with not challenges, but one of the biggest things with lockdown was like I love music. Like, and if you watch my cocktail hours, you know, I
Yeah.
generally start singing a little later in the show,
Later
a couple
in
of
the evening.
tequilas later.
Yes.
But I couldn't record and listen to music at the same time. It was like so I had to cook without music. It was
Yeah, but
pretty
see, in
sad,
our
really.
house, I've got the playlist on my phone, and Volko is the one
You
doing
see.
all the recording and all the photos.
Yeah,
So
Carlos
that
doesn't have
helps.
his playlist.
Figured it
Yeah.
out. She's figured it out. We need the opposable thumbs for Carlos to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly. So listen, tell us quickly. There's a lot of. Can everybody hear? There's a lot of buzzing going on.
No, but it's a good thing. Keep going, keep going.
Quick
Tell us.
rundown of the dish.
Please,
Okay,
quickly.
I'm caramelizing some baby onions in there because I don't
Yeah,
want to use. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm making a gorgonzola and walnut with thyme cream sauce. I've just put off I'm making some pasta chips.
Okay, that was interesting to me. Pasta chips.
Yeah.
Okay, so what
Cooking
is
with
this
pasta
about?
and then you deep fry them and you roll them in Parmesan. If you've got kids, that's the best snack in the world.
Really?
Yes, they love it. They just love it.
I'm like, I think I would love it.
Yeah, you must.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause
what
this
kids?
is something that I actually cook at home.
Sounds nice.
This
It
is-
would be nice with red wine, though.
Yeah.
Eh?
So the steak and the sauce is something we cook at home regularly because
Absolutely.
everybody eats gorgonzola and everybody eats
mean, who
meat.
doesn't?
And the Parmesan and
Love it.
pasta.
I want to taste a little
I
of
haven't
the sauce.
seasoned yet.
Okay.
Um,
Don't season. Taste it.
What?
Eh?
Okay. There's your tip.
I'm
Use it, don't use it.
Yeah.
It's only David Higgs. You don't have to take his advice. That's
yeah.
all.
I'll use my own discretion.
And have you decided on the ribeye or the
Ribeye.
The ribeye.
Definitely the ribeye.
Yeah, that's the way to
Anyway,
go.
listen, where's your glass?
There
Cheers.
we go. Just thanks. See you
Thanks.
next you.
Yeah, it's been very special, and
Thanks.
yeah, it's just amazing to be here with everybody.
I know,
really,
right?
Meeting
eh?
everyone in person.
And everybody's got
That's
such
the
a
weird
great
thing.
everybody's got such a great
Yeah,
story.
little
eh?
Daniel
know.
there. He's
I
like,
know.
I can't believe that I'm seeing everyone from the TV.
But
From
we've
your
got
phone.
enough of the love fest. We've got a competition here, guys. There are prizes on the
Leave
line.
me to it.
We'll
Yeah,
talk
there's
about the
pro-
prize.
proper prizes.
We'll talk about the prizes a little later. Our fourth contestant, the one that snuck in just last week, Tyler, is at the back there. Now, Tyler, you are also the youngest of the lot, so that's not going to intimidate you, is it? I mean,
Not at
because
all.
you already have you've got a blog, you've got an IG account that's very popular called @FollowMyTable. You're a marketer by day, but food is what fills the rest of your hours, isn't it?
Definitely, definitely.
So you're hoping that one day the two shall meet, marketing and food, in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, they have met briefly, like at a bar. You know, they've.
Hey, what kind of meeting?
Marketing and food walked into a bar.
Yeah, no. So I'm a marketer by day, and like I said, I always try and incorporate my foodiness into my day job. Yeah, I love what I do.
Okay, good. You got to. Okay, sorry, I'm taking over here. We're moving on. What are you doing? What's the dish?
So I'm making a onion puree,
Yeah.
or roast onion puree with fillet crusted in.
I'm not telling you.
And,
Is it nice? I don't know.
No, you gave Elfrida a tip here, so you have to be equitable.
So fillet crusted in walnut and parmesan and basil. And then I've got a roasted garlic in the oven, and I'm making a chili oil, and then it's gonna be a pasta chip off.
That's a triple.
Pasta chip off.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
making a pasta chip. So
Oh,
my dish
okay.
is called steak and chips.
Oh, I like it.
Look at Tyler.
Hey, look at everybody.
Coming with the
Hey.
tricks.
I'm so
Love
chuffed
it.
with myself for now, but you know, I might serve you bacon.
How are we doing
and
for
eggs.
time? How are we doing for
You're
time?
going to take the time. I know you're a bit older, so it might take you some time to come this way.
Oh, sorry.
So that we can continue to chat and leave Tyler to...
God, yeah.
Guys, she's doing a pasta chip. If you're
here, I'm here.
But we'll skinner about them here right in front of them. We should have had a little quiet room where we said, put on your earphones.
I know.
And then we're going to talk about you. But, you know, they have to concentrate on what you're doing. So, everybody's doing very different things. And yet, when you look at the ingredients, you're like, okay, it's like a Friday night dinner for a TV kind of
100%.
vibe.
I mean, the first thing that you think when you see the ingredients is a pasta sauce with a you
Yeah,
know,
with a
steak.
gorgonzola
Yeah,
and,
with the
you know,
steak.
that kind
You
of
know what I
thing.
mean?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we've got chips, we've got Romanesque sauces, we've got incredible stuff.
Really
I saw
nice.
chili oil being made. We've got
I
love it.
During lockdown, I mean, we've often spoken about this, not just on the show, just generally speaking. I think everybody's learned so much about themselves and the world around them during lockdown, but you even more so, in as much as your food journey is spanning like 2 decades already. You've learned so much
3
about
decades.
your 3 decades. Yeah. You could have just gone with it.
I know.
I mean, you've learned so much about where your relationship with food is right now,
Yeah.
but you've also learned about how different South Africans from different backgrounds just love food, and they're really putting themselves out there, not just doing boring old food at home every night.
No, 100%. I mean, thankfully, we've moved on from banana bread. You know what I mean?
No, they say hiking. Hiking is the new banana bread now.
Hiking
apparently.
definitely is the new banana bread. Anyway, so I just think that, you know, the engagement over the last 5 months has been incredible. The communities that have formed around food, and we've seen here today, like the support that these contestants have. You know,
Absolutely.
whether it's the siblings or the partners or the kids. You know, and that's what's made lockdown so special. You know?
And there's almost not that whole, there's not that rigid lines between the professional qualified chefs who are all snooty and whatever.
No.
It's just like the common thread is the love of food, and great ingredients has become more and more of a talking point in South Africa, hasn't it?
And I think we were talking to a few of the fantastic sponsors that we've had over the last month, you know, and we were just saying that what we've been doing is authentic, you know. It's real. It's what happens at home. It's what happens in the kitchen. It's what happens with me as a professional chef. I burn things. I ruin things. You know,
which
like,
was, I think,
I
is
fuck
what
things up.
and I think
guys.
that's what would really endeared people to you during lockdown, especially.
Yeah.
Because before that, we weren't in your kitchen at home all the time.
No.
So the stuff ups and the dit het nie goed uitgewerk nie and all of those. It's like people were like, oh, he's just like us. We also do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
even though you are David Higgs, you know, superstar chef with restaurants and all of these other things that you carry on your shoulders every day. And yet, you know, you opened up your heart and your kitchen to people, and they've learned so much more. You did say to me that the difference in the dishes people were tagging you in, there was a big difference a few months into lockdown from what you were getting at the beginning. So people's skills were improving with you.
But isn't that so? A perfect example of this, guys, is if you look at MasterChef Australia.
Yeah.
You know, like our MasterChef and our My Kitchen Rules are shot over a couple of weeks. Now, when you look at those massive productions in Australia, those things are shot over 9 months. So the skills develop, you know, and that's exactly what happened to our viewers and the people that we talk to. Is over 5 months, people got real skills, you know, like people got back to cooking every single day because they had to.
And they were stuck in the house with
it was
their
either
loved
that or
ones.
eat Kentucky. You know what I mean?
No, but remember, for a long time you couldn't even get to Kentucky. Remember?
I know, yeah.
So if you wanted to make it, I mean, but like even she was talking about the kitchen being a safe space. Last night at 6 o'clock, it was no Sondag. We'd had leftovers from the braai the night before for lunch, but it was almost like, oh, but we didn't make something proper. Sunday. Sundays was still a thing in all South Africa, in many South African households. If you're privileged enough to be able to do that. And at 6 o'clock, I was like, I list for chicken curry. And then my partner Liam was like, you're going to make curry now? I'm like, yeah. And I went to the freezer and I was saying to my sister, I'm like, you know, 20-something Marcel, who barely had a microwave that worked in a kitchen. And I used to go home on weekends and come home with leftovers and stuff from my mother's house. So I know, okay, then by Wednesday, I'm only then getting takeouts and stuff. I didn't cook. But it's when I moved away from home and you start craving the food you grew up with.
Beautiful.
And you're like, then you start experimenting. So 9 o'clock to it was chicken curry
Love
and
it.
paratha, and it was
Love it.
delicious.
Love it.
Because
Love
sometimes
it.
that's all you want.
Yep.
But anyway, we're getting very emotional about food because it's a very emotional thing, and rightly so. Passionate, it's the one thing all of our contestants have in common. Passionate, self-taught chefs, and food is a big part of what they do on a daily, on the daily, for themselves and their loved ones, and for social media as well.
Definitely.
All these IG accounts. So they are all in the running for a great prize, for great prizes.
Unbelievable.
Great prizes. In as much as they're all getting along swimmingly, the eye on the prize is here in the front, which I'm sure all of us would like to get stuck into. I've got my sanitizer stuck here behind it as well. Our big prize from the folks at Arga Stoves, who've been a wonderful partner with David Higgs' Cooking for a Cause right from the beginning. And I mean, this is a brand, a stove that's been in homes from royalty right down to ordinary people for generations. Heritage is a big part of what they do, and their kitchens, their stoves are very much the heart and soul of the kitchens that they find themselves in. And our partners at Arga have given us 10,000 rands worth of their products for our first prize winner. And just look at the beautiful products in front of us. Their pots and pans and oh gosh, I mean, if this doesn't make you want to cook every day, I don't know
Is that a water jug?
what will. Yeah, ma, it's like oats. But it's beautiful, hey?
Yes, I saw a yellow water
Isn't it
jug
just
as well.
beautiful? Or you could put, I mean, summer and stoop sitting is coming. You can put a nice little mix
sitting.
in there
Yeah.
with lots of ice. And that's from our partners at Arga Stoves, which has been absolutely amazing. And then we've got a Bosch hand mixer as well. We're here at the Experience Center. The Bosch hand mixer is part of the prize that they've given to our first prize. It's smelling so good in here.
I know,
I'm actually quite distracted. And then we've got Bosch and Dahl, the folks at Bosch and Dahl who've come on board as a partner, a farm that I know very well for wine reasons, and it's also a beautiful farm as well. And I was very excited to see that they're really pushing their deli, which is another in thing, you know, these deli boxes and that kind of thing. They have given a Black Angus, a 1917 Black Angus, as part of their. I mean, this is the kind of thing
not a
that
bull. It's not a cow.
No.
We're not giving a 1917 cow. Okay, it's a wine.
Look, this is the kind.
Sorry. Okay. It's not going to fit.
This is the kind of thing that I suppose you hand out to generations, or on a Tuesday night you decided, screw it, was Malcolm up.
Exactly.
Because there's no other red wine in the house.
Exactly.
No, that's a very, very, very special wine. When they said it was 1917, I was like, are you sure it's still okay? I don't think I've ever had a wine stay in my house for that long. If it's got dust on it.
Ever.
Yes, exactly. So that is from the folks at Bosch and Dahl. And then David.
Yes.
Each of our contestants will get a copy of 8 Mile.
So two extra prizes. Obviously, is a copy of my book, 8 Mile, which is
8 Mile is an Eminem
Eminem song.
Sorry, go.
But obviously the copy of Mile 8, which is a very, very special book to me, and
it's not just a cooking book.
No, it's
That's
a
what
story.
I always tell people. It's not just a cooking book. It is a beautiful story.
It is a
and
beautiful
really is the
story.
narrative behind your life and your relationship with food up
Definitely.
until a certain point as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, Mile 8 is why I cook, and it's the reasons why, you know, it tells a story of why I cook, and it's a reminder to me personally of why I cook. And
it
then,
was a real labor of love, that book, wasn't it?
No,
you know,
it's-
because
no.
you went back to all of those places from your childhood and the photos and stuff.
And I
It was
took the whole
beautiful.
team with me. I took the photographer, a very good friend of mine. I took the writer, a very good friend of mine. I took the creative guy, a very, very good friend of mine. And we all went there and we just said, okay, we're going to turn this thing on its head. We don't like the way it's going. We're going to change everything. So very, very special. However, the contestants don't know this, okay? But Mum Champagne have come to the party big time as well, and as part of the prize
For the first winner, for the first winner of Cooking for a Cause,
is the couple that win. So obviously there's always a partner involved. They can bring 10, not just a friend, but they can bring 10 friends to Marble Restaurant for a Mum and Marble experience. A Mum and Marble experience. How is that? Hey?
listen,
High fives all round?
listen, no elbows.
Sorry, elbows.
Elbows. Guys, if that's not enough of a cause to really, pardon the pun, enough of good cause to cook your socks off tonight. That prize alone, I think, just makes it all worthwhile.
Okay,
so
guys,
those are your prizes.
We have 30 minutes left. 30 minutes left.
And
then we have to present.
And then David's going to come around again. So put on your best smiles. Well, not really. You got your masks on.
Oh, yeah.
So
Your best
that's
eyes.
Your best eyes. We cook with our eyes. We smile with our eyes. We
Keep
make love
tasting.
with our eyes.
Keep tasting, everybody.
And David's going to go around and have a look at what you guys are doing so far, because we have indeed reached the 30-minute mark. I mean, time does fly when you're having fun. And David, also, we have to also remind our viewers that we're all here for the best cause that we've been speaking about the last 4 months, the Inner City Can Collective.
Absolutely.
And tell folks about why this cause is so important for you. And I mean, that relationship has just deepened during lockdown, hasn't it?
Exactly. I think this is an important point to mention. Why are we doing what we're doing? And essentially, it's to raise funds for the Inner City Can Collective, and doing incredible work in places like Berea,
yes.
in places like Hillbrow, Brom, Yeovil, and most of my team that work with me live in those areas, and I know how desperate it really is. There's a lot of smoke going on here, guys.
But everything's
beautiful,
fine.
But everything's fine. Everything's fine. However, there's a big kicker here. If you not only are there obviously prizes for our winner, but there are prizes for the viewers as well. And as I've posted in my stories on Instagram, the big prize is, if you are going to buy, if you're going to purchase, if you're going to donate,
and those details are on the screen right now.
They're on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. If you are going to donate 50 Rand for the 5 recipes, every week there's 5 recipes. If you're going to donate 50 Rand to get those 5 recipes, you go into a draw, which we'll announce tonight, of who will win a prize, a grand prize. And the grand prize is, essentially, I will cook for you a meal. I will deliver the meal to you. I will come and have a drink with you, probably a Boschendal wine and a bit of mum champagne. And Davina May Gordon, who you might know.
I might know her.
Hey, you might know.
She might have followed me around most of her life. Happens to be my sister.
We'll play a little tune.
On her violin, which she's very good at.
On
Don't
her
tell
violin.
I said so.
So yeah, a really, really, really special prize. So
It's
please.
an amazing prize.
Yeah. So, crickets, 50 Rand.
50 Rand, and you go into
Yeah.
the draw
Great
to
prize.
have this amazing prize of David cooking for you, Davina playing a tune. And if you're a husband, a partner of somebody who wants to knock your partner's socks off, I mean, all you have to do is donate, and you might just stand a chance to win that prize. And that's the prize for the viewers. But like we said a little bit earlier, as David prepares to catch up with our contestants, we spoke to you about our grand prize from Augusto's, one of our great partners here on David Higgs' Cooking for a Cause. Let's find out more about them.
Who's been polishing the sun, brightening the sky today? They must have known just how I like it, 'cause everything's coming my way. Who's been teaching all the birds how to sing a roundelay? They must have known just how I like it, 'cause everything's coming my way. Yesterday everything looked anyhow. Then I met someone and oh, look at it now. Who's been polishing the sun, rubbing out the clouds of gray? They must have known just how I like it.
Right, you are back. That was a great message from
Right.
Argus Stoves, just like that tradition and heart and soul of their cookers and what they bring to the homes that they're in. It's just something that that one just can never put a price to, because it really is amazing. Right, enough about that. Let's check in. We're just over the 30-minute mark here on David Higgs' Cooking for a Cause. The grand finale, we're coming to you live here from the Experience Center. We're meeting our contestants face to face for the very first time during this. We found out from our contestants how they're doing, what they're planning for the dish. David's going to find out how that all is going. Let's start with Sarah Williams. Dave?
Yes.
Guys, check out. We've got a timer.
Sure, she's organized there.
Eh? We got how many minutes exactly do we have left?
25.
I don't know. How many minutes do we have?
25.
25.
24.
24 minutes. So the timer is on. 24 minutes left. Sarah,
I'm sorry, it's a mess here. It's like a complete mess.
it's chaos. It's chaos.
It's organized chaos. I promise.
However, we've got parmesan chips.
We do.
With thyme.
We have parmesan
eh?
chips with thyme.
Parmesan chips with thyme.
Yes.
Beautiful. We've got a flavored oil. We've got
Yes.
what's going on with the walnuts?
Candied walnuts.
Candied
A
walnuts.
little bit of those guys going in.
This pan is
Getting
on
hot
fire.
for the steak.
This pan is on fire. Hey? Hey, you know that? I don't.
Never a bad thing.
Who sings that?
You didn't use the right word there.
I didn't.
It's on fire.
Okay.
I don't know.
So there we go.
actually.
Okay.
Alicia
And-
Keys.
Alicia Keys. We've got ribeye.
Yes.
Just about going. And what
Pasta
else?
go on the pan. The pasta's in there. I'm going to toss it in with the oil just now. I just need to strain that oil a little bit.
Perfect.
Pureeing the red pepper and tomato. I just need to strain that as well.
Red pepper and tomato being pureed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
the
name of
onions
the
are
dish?
good. They're ready. I'm
Okay.
going to call it Chef D.
Who?
Chef D.
Chef D.
But it's a tribute to my brother.
Oh. Awesome.
I'm going with that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Chef
Don't
D.
make me cry.
No.
Listen,
Yeah.
your brother's here, hey?
I
Very
know,
impressed
I know
with you. Look
he
at you
is.
putting yourself out there
Awesome.
in
Awesome.
a space that's so familiar to you and your family.
Have you
Thank
seen
you so
this
much,
woman's
Sarah.
dress?
Listen, everybody's
Come.
dressed the part, hey?
Can we
Everybody's
just-
bringing a
I don't
little
know.
bit of
Is your
fire with their
microphone-
outfits today.
all
I want to see her dress.
connected.
I know everything is connected.
know.
I look how pretty, man. Anyway.
Listen, I'm wearing heels for the first time since March for you.
I'm not
Okay.
wearing
For
heels.
all of you.
Did you use that for me?
For all of you. I mean, we can
Excellent.
talk about that later. Okay, on to Rakhi. Who, there's a bit of frowning happening here because we know she said she wasn't
I don't know if
entirely
my
excited
hob-
about
I don't know
doing
if
the
my
meat.
hob's working. Sorry.
You don't know if it's working.
Seems to have really gone down.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness you've got David Higgs here to help you out.
I know,
mean,
right?
Yeah, I don't know about that, chaps.
Might just move.
Okay, so while we figure that out, David, let's just get a quick update and then we'll sort her out. Get a quick update on how her dish is going.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'll
there we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
thanks.
we're back on.
Let's get
We're back on
Let's get
again.
it on.
Right.
So tell me quickly, what's happening?
So I've got the steak cooking,
Yeah.
the dreaded steak.
Yeah, yeah.
I've just caramelized it on one side and I'm
Beautiful.
cooking it.
Colour's lovely.
I've got some butter and
Some herbs, yeah.
rosemary in there.
Can you stop shaking, for goodness sake?
David, but she only
It's not
shakes
going to
when you're
happen
there.
today. Yeah, I know, I'm
David,
starstruck.
she's only shaking when you're next to her. You know what you're
absolutely
doing.
starstruck. Yeah,
You don't have to be with him. Trust me.
I know.
Okay, so we
And
got
the-
the steak in.
The Romanesque is there. I think I'm happy.
Romanesca's made.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm happy with
Can I have
that.
a taste? Can I have a taste?
Oh dear, yes, of
Go on,
course.
go on, go on. Right.
That's a fork, okay?
Romanesque.
We'll make it work.
Beautiful.
Live television, guys. It's
Okay.
all happening here on live television.
Basil
Live,
oil.
What
live
is
web
this?
series.
Basil oil.
Basil oil.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got some
That's
basil. We've got Romanesque, basil oil. The chili is lovely in that. And then in the what is this? Gorgonzola?
Walnuts and gorgonzola.
Oh,
That's the
beautiful.
pesto.
Beautiful.
But
That's
it's
a
quite
nice
heavy,
combination.
so I need to work on that.
Beautiful.
Okay, and
you
you're
happy?
feeling good in terms
I
of your
think
time.
we're getting
Okay,
there,
so
yeah.
we need to know
Yeah.
what is the name of the dish.
Oh, jeez.
Come on.
Oh, I haven't even thought of that.
Nice to
You're
meet you.
not another steak.
Nice. How about,
Not another steak.
How about-
Not more red meat.
No.
how about nice to meet you?
Yeah.
What is it?
That's
Beyond? No. Yeah.
Also, oh, if you say
Beyond meat.
not enough, no, you can't say that.
Okay.
You can't.
No, I'm pretty sure. No. Well, but you went to school in Nottingham, didn't you?
We lived in Nottingham.
Yeah, so you can say Nottingham another meat. I'm trying. Okay.
You're trying.
I'm trying. I'm
I
helping.
know, exactly. There we go. Not another meat.
Beautiful.
All right. Shoot along right across. Well, that's
Thank
Raki Shah, winner of show number 2, and right across now to Alfreda Jonker, who
How
is
are
the
we doing
winner.
for time? How are we doing for
We're
time?
looking fine for time. We must now have just over 20 minutes
Perfect.
to go, or around 20 minutes. Alfreda, who like it?
Good.
Look at these things. Can I
But
try
nee,
one?
nee, hier is die floppies.
Oh, here's one.
Explain to our viewers again what that was.
Okay, that's pasta. So you cook your pasta in normal water, and then you deep fry it, and afterwards you dunk it in Parmesan.
Huh?
Here's one. You want to taste it?
No, go on.
Sy mag een van die mooies kry.
Yeah, thanks, Bert. Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Hey? I mean, come on. Okay, so tell us about your dish.
Okay, no, you need a name. You don't know.
I need a name,
Yep.
but
Sauce is done, onions are done, resting, I'm starting to plate. Plating is the bad side of me.
really?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have said that.
So I'm going to start with my plating. I've got it all mapped out. You can see my little notes there. So,
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm going to start with my plating.
I like it.
Yeah.
So,
So
you've
what's the
already
name of the dish?
Dinner.
Yeah. Dinner.
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 I thought you said dingus. Which I suppose
Dinner.
would work too.
Dinner.
Dinner. Okay.
This is dinner.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's dinner.
Okay.
I like
Simple.
it. I like it.
dinner.
I'm happy with it.
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
Alfreda Jonker is busy with dinner.
Dinner.
Well done. Okay, and then we're moving right along to Tyler, our 4th contestant at the back, and she's like a little busy little mouse at the back there, doing her. Yeah, no, not really. You were at the beginning. How's it going?
I keep tasting my food and like hitting my mask. So I think I've got like
This
my
is
whole
the
meal.
challenge now, isn't it?
You know what I love? Is the entire workstation is covered in crumbs.
I did say she was busy as a mouse.
What is going on here?
A big mess. A big mess.
I'm at a mess.
It's a big mess.
No, I can see. I can see.
That sound like my mom asking me what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a mess.
Okay. So
So-
tell me, what has been your are there any challenges? Are you
This gorgonzola, I
Yeah.
mean, I tried to make a mousse.
yeah?
It didn't work. I tried to make a like a crumb thing like that. It
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
work.
What do you mean it didn't work? It looks fine to me.
So that's with parmesan and everything.
Yeah.
else.
But
So
it's
I
still
just-
fine.
Yeah, that looks fine.
Yeah.
But he has given me like hassles.
Is this a pattern for a dressmaking thing?
I'm making you a gingerbread man. Isn't that what you've
A
always
parmesan
wanted? A
bread.
parmesan man.
Okay, so what's the name of your dish?
It's called steak and chips.
Steak and chips. I like it.
Steak and chips. So my chips are in here. They're busy frying
Okay, so
up,
we're deep frying the pasta. Yeah.
dipping it in parmesan.
Every Italian. Okay,
just
for the
having a
last
heart
two
attack right
contestants,
now.
Is
every Italian is
cursing.
turning in their graves right now.
I know.
What the fuck?
Fuck, I told my mom what I
What
was
the
making.
actual fuck? That's the
Yeah.
WAS.
WTAS.
WTF. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I told my mom what she was making. She was like,
No.
she's like, girl,
Yeah,
just serve the pasta normally. I'm like, okay,
I love it.
okay, no.
What is the crust on the meat?
So it's walnut, chili, basil, and thyme crust.
Okay, so
So
on
I
the meat.
roasted the walnuts first, and then I blitzed them up, crumbed it, and so I'm just cooking
Beautiful,
it through now.
beautiful. So there's a walnut crust on the ribeye. We've got deep fried pasta on the go. There's
chili oil.
There's a chili oil.
Fried basil leaves.
There's something with gorgonzola that's going to come. We're not sure what that is.
We're so glad that the Heart Foundation is not one of the sponsors. Because we would be in so
we've
much
been in trouble. I've been in trouble.
Yeah.
I selected the ingredients.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Squish them.
Speaking of ingredients,
Yes.
one of our core ingredients, of course, is the fafal.
Pasta.
Fafal, did I say it right?
Absolutely. The fafel.
Farfal. Okay,
Yeah.
fafal. From our wonderful sponsors at Fatties and Monies, the Bellissima 100%
Bellissima.
Durham wheat. Let's find out more about them.
Fatties and Monies, bellissimo. Fatties and Monies, ottimo cibo.
When life inspires you to create, Bellissimo will give you the freedom to. Introducing the new premium quality pasta range from Fatties and Monies.
Bellissimo.
Bravo to you.
We are back. That was more about Fatties and Monies, and I mean, if pasta doesn't make you sing, I don't know what will. Alfreda, you haven't had
How we
music like you normally do. So
Okay.
I should have said you should just
Yeah.
start singing for us.
would
But
help you.
perhaps that's not a good idea.
The numbers
Maybe
are
after
there.
another
Are
2
people
glasses of
watching?
wine, then we'll go there. So, now one of our other partners that's been a very important partner has been One Cart, because One Cart has been the folks who have gone to the houses of the different contestants and have made it possible for those dishes that they've made to make their way to David in Johannesburg. All of our contestants have, unfortunately for this edition of the episode of Cooking for a Cause, has had to have their dishes carted to David's house so that he could taste and judge the dishes from the different contestants. And One Cart has been very important. They don't have much to do today.
How much time is left?
Look, the One Cart guys don't have much to do, but we might ask them to bring a box so that they can take you home a little bit later, which might be important.
I definitely need some carting on.
Right? Let's find out more about One Cart. And that were the folks at One Cart, again, one of these organizations and businesses that have become part and parcel of our daily lives, you know, as we've journeyed with this pandemic and this lockdown, that we're slowly finding our way out of, thank goodness. So, you did a buzz around the kitchen. How are we looking?
The one thing that I love about cooking is that you give 10 people the same ingredients.
Yeah.
And you end up with 10 completely different dishes.
Isn't it
Like, how
great?
beautiful? But how beautiful is that? You know.
Absolutely.
And it's been influenced by Kenya and by India and by the UK,
Yeah.
or it's local. Or
Yeah,
like, it's
absolutely.
just, everybody just
I mean,
takes
there's a bit
their
of
own from it.
Portuguese there, it's
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Afrikaans background, it's the Noordkaap there at the
I
back.
know, I
Isn't
know.
it great?
But that's how we take all these things, and that's the beauty of food and how it sort of connects us all. you know?
Absolutely. I mean, I already got a WhatsApp message from my mother, Elfrida, who says, I want the recipe for that pasta thing. And I'm already like, no, it's deep fried. You can't have it. You're not having that. But that's just great also. We don't always talk about the joys of social media, but social media has allowed us to try things that we wouldn't necessarily have tried before. Right?
Absolutely. And also, it's connected us with people that we've never... how would we connect with
Absolutely.
each other?
And
you know?
also, how would we have connected with the folks at Inner City Can Collective?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
You knew about them before
because
you were driven by this passion for where so many of your staff make their lives when they're not at work. And they make their lives there and their families are there and they face various obstacles. And you came across this organization called Inner City Can Collective, who at their heart help empower people so that they can make their lives a bit easier, so that their kids can make their lives a bit easier, and then we can break out of those obstacles as the generations go on. So we're showing now details for people to be able to make a donation to the folks at the Inner City Can Collective. Althea is here from Inner City Can Collective today. She's also one of our special guests behind the scenes. And it's been great to learn more about what they do, and just great to see the outpouring of people donating. You know, you can find out more about them online. You can donate whatever little bit you can, whether be it money or what they need. Every little bit counts. And of course, also if you go onto the Quicket account that we spoke about earlier, go onto David's Instagram stories to find out details about how you can just pay 50 Rand, get one of those recipes, and stand a prize. You'll go into the draw to have this man cook your dinner, bring it over to your house, have a glassy ventjie, and Davina Mae Gordon will play you a few tunes. And I mean, gosh.
Hey, I mean, come on, already.
It's a lekker prize. Anyway, so you do that. So, and while we do that, we've been sipping on Bosch and Dahl, who've also been one of our great partners. I must admit, in as much as I'm from the Winelands, and I know these areas very well, it's part of my heritage, proudly so. You've got beautiful places where you can taste wine down there. But Bosch and Dahl is one of the most beautiful places that you can taste wine under those beautiful trees and find out the history of the farm. And they've been great partners. In fact, the winemaker flew up just to be here today, to make sure we're not stuffing around too much with his wine.
No, absolutely. And I think one of the things that we spoke about over the years with Bosch and Dahl, you know, you could go sit at the long table. I think it was called the long table on a Sunday, and you could eat.
Yes.
You could eat the snook. You could eat the pickled fish, and the beauty is they've gone back to that. You know, those people are still cooking, and the one recipe, okay, that I always use from the Boschendal kitchen is the malva pudding recipe. You know, and there's a trick to it. I'm not going to tell you what the trick is. Maybe I'll share it with you later. But
Oh, you can't give people and you know those tricks come from those aunties who've been handing those recipes down for generations.
Exactly, and that's been the special thing with our Boschendal.
And also it's been so heartwarming to see so many of those farms get to a point where they acknowledge their history, the good parts as well as the bad parts, and celebrate the history and the heritage and where it comes from, and allow those stories to be told as a new generation of South Africans go and visitors go and enjoy those beautiful farms in all their glory. I'm going hoping to go down sometime soon, and Boschendal met te oppas en dit is op pad.
What is that?
Exactly. Well, those are the folks at Boschendal. Also, one of the major prizes for our winner being the Black Angus 1917's beautiful bottle here in front of us. And if you've just tuned in to Dave's Kitchen on YouTube, please click subscribe, because you don't want to miss what this guy gets up to on that channel all the time. We are coming to you live from the Experience Centre in a certain part of Johannesburg in Kramerville, and with the folks here at the Experience Centre, we were able to bring you this grand finale of David Higgs's Cooking for a Cause. We've got the contestants cooking away, and the folks from Bosch have allowed us just to take over and allowed everybody just to put the best foot forward. Let's find out more about them.
Bosch has a view that we all enjoy not wasting food, and that Bosch precision-engineered fridges can help. With dedicated humidity control, VitaFresh technology keeps fruit and vegetables fresh for up to 2 times longer. So, less food wasted. How very Bosch. Bosch, invented for life.
Right, and you're back. We're here at the Experience Centre. This is the grand finale of David Higgs's Cooking for a Cause in association with the good folks at the Inner City Can Collective, to whom all of this is in aid of, along with our many and important sponsors and partners as well, who've told you about as we've gone along. David's in the thick of things. You know, you can't keep this guy out of a kitchen because he hasn't had much to do with his hands except quaff on a Boschendal. David, how's it going with the contestants? You're quaffing. You're quaffing.
Everything is fabulous. No. Everybody's plating. I've just been looking at the meat. You know, cooking of the meat is trying to keep it sort of medium rare, medium. It's always a bit tricky if it's not something that you do every day. So everything is looking pretty good at the moment. Everybody's getting their food on the plate. So
how much time? Let's just find out from the people in my ear. How much time do we have?
We have
7.5 minutes.
7 minutes, and then we will decide.
Okay, David, I'm going to pause you. I'm going to pause you right there. She's not busy with tomato sauce. I hope not. I'm going to pause David right there. Like I said, so many important partners that have made this possible for us. Let's find out more about the folks at the Food Lovers Eatery. Okay, and that's Food Lovers Eatery, which has been a very important part of Cooking for a Cause right from the start. I mean, this is a very important development for that Food Lovers group, because this now makes it possible not just for you to get fresh ingredients like our contestants have had in this competition right from the start, but you don't always have time to cook everything from scratch. And as much as we'd love to, and as much as we've learned to do that during lockdown, at Food Lovers Eatery, you can also pop in there and just get something that's already made with their delicious ingredients, and you can pop it home and feed yourself and your family. And that's those ready-made meals that they've become so popular for, fresh and ready for you to consume. And fresh, David.
How much time?
We must have about 5 minutes now. 6 minutes.
Guys, we've got 6 minutes left. We are plating food. It's all happening.
And you know
And
this
my
plate-
mouth is watering, let me just tell you.
Are you sure? You know, no, bietjie
Let me
drink dan,
just
are
tell
you
you.
thirsty? So the plating is happening. We've got some are using boards where their meat is resting at the moment.
Okay, hold on.
Elfrida is besig met
I know.
droppers.
Let me just. I'm gonna move in here. Okay, so we've got tomato sauce bottles.
And droppers.
We've got droppers, eye drops. What is going on here?
I'm a mom. Those are household
Loving
You're
this.
getting very creative when this is what you have in the house.
And,
Love it,
and
love it, love
Elfrida
it.
was the one that said plating isn't her strong point. Maar kyk,
Yeah, no,
kyk
exactly,
hoe-
exactly.
She's like a little pharmacist in a lab there, busy, and she's a lawyer by trade. I don't even think you must go close to Raki over there, because every time David comes close to her, she starts shaking. So we'll leave her alone. She's like a busy little bee. How are Sarah and Tyler doing?
So Sarah is going to be presenting first.
Yes.
Okay. So Sarah, everything seems under control. It's looking good. Where am I looking? Am I looking at you? I'm looking at you. Everything seems under control. We've got the sweet of the walnut. We've got the spicy of the tomato and the chili. So and we're about to slice the ribeye. Let's just see how it's cooked, Sarah. Oh my goodness. Chaps. Eh? Perfection.
A little bit better than I like it.
Oh,
I like it rare, but
No.
it's good. No, it's good.
That
I'm
is
happy.
pretty
Very happy.
damn good.
Yeah.
4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes.
4 minutes, guys. And then it's all over.
Yes, but not yet. 4 minutes is a long time in a kitchen, David. You know that.
I know.
How's Tyler doing over there? With
So
a heart
Ty-
attack on a plate?
Ty is this the onion puree? Yes. Beautiful. The meat is being presented on an onion puree, which is looking pretty damn impressive right now. Basil wafers going on as we speak.
Basil wafers.
Basil wafers. I
It's
know.
just fancy.
I know.
Hey?
I know.
You thought you were fancy at Marble, but you
Uh-uh.
learned a few tricks here. Watch in a week's time, Elfrida. Those pasta snacks. You're gonna serve it. You serve
Stop
it at
it.
the Bard Saint. Can you imagine?
Let's
Then
go
the
see
bread-
what. Let's see what.
Can you imagine? The champagne will flow.
Let's see what's happening here. Nalki?
All right. My steak's overcooked, so
No, don't say that.
She's not shaking now, David. She's used to
I'm
you
not
now.
shaking. No,
You're
now,
not shaking,
now
you're
that
absolutely
we're
right.
almost at the end.
We've got 3 minutes. She's in the final stretch. She's in the final stretch.
Excellent.
Also, can I just say, her workstation is the neatest out of everybody.
No, let me just tell you.
Yeah, this is like, it's very interesting. It doesn't look like what my kitchen looks like when I cook, that's for sure. Luckily, I'm the one that also has to clean up, unfortunately, you know.
Right,
So,
I think I'm going to come to the front for the final countdown.
Yes, we must have about, what, 2 minutes now? A minute
Yeah.
and a half to go? 2.5 minutes, okay. But I mean, look at Elfrida, she's like, oh,
No,
I'm done.
Alfreda's ready.
Been there, done that. Are you going to tell me in my ear who you think is...
Yeah.
No, let's not do that.
No.
Let's
No.
not do that. Let's not do that.
Guys,
I mean, guys,
think-
you don't have much time. Elfrida she's dipping her finger into the pot. She seems to be fine. Tyler's head is down, that little busy mouse that she's been throughout with all the crumbs in front of her. She's still very meticulously putting her plate together. Raki is going in with the pasta. She left that until the last minute, so it's nice and warm and tender. She's gone with a more traditional route with the farfalle pasta, whereas 2 of our contestants have gone with the deep fried version,
Yeah.
which makes it very, very interesting. And then Sarah, of course, she said that she's not used to doing steak with pasta.
Yeah.
So that was her challenge as well. Raki's challenge was that she doesn't normally cook with meat. So everybody's had their little challenges and have gone in different directions. So it's not like we can even say, that's altyd steak and chips gemaakt.
And I think the interesting thing is with what's going on at the moment is that every dish is so very different, and this is what I'm loving about this challenge is that we've got traditional, we've got non-traditional, we've got a take on a steak, we've got a take on a pasta. So I think in the next 2 minutes, when
It's
we
so
start
tense.
tasting this food,
It's so tense in the kitchen. It was quite rowdy here for the whole hour. And now all of a sudden, there's this eerie
Silence.
silence. We've got 1 minute to go, guys. And now remember, when we count you down, we're going to say hands up in a non-South African way.
yeah, without masks.
Yeah. And we're going to ask you to put down tools. Listen, down tools.
Like
also in a non-South African way.
Cargill. Tools down, lads. Tools down.
Okay, so there's tension in the house because there's some people still meticulously putting their plates together. They want it to be perfect.
Tyra's still busy. Sarah's still busy. She's busy finishing up.
So the tasting has been done. We've got 30 seconds to go, guys.
Rocky's just drizzling some oil
30
on.
seconds to go. Any last minute adjustments, do it now. You've got 20 seconds to go.
Okay, and I think as a last, we need to raise our glasses.
They don't have time,
Well,
David.
We're all fine. We're all good. Everybody's raising their glasses. Ladies, what an incredible couple of
10,
weeks this been.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Stop cooking, stop cooking, stop cooking.
Tools down,
Stop
lads.
cooking.
Tools
Well
down.
done, everybody. Tools down, glasses up.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what we should do. We should put that on t-shirts. Tools down, glasses up. And that's it, guys. You made it. We've got blushing and red cheeks everywhere. And just so people know, I mean, this is live internet broadcasting. It's not live television. It's live internet broadcasting, a new thing for so many of us, including you and me, although you've been doing a lot more of it during lockdown. You've become a bit of an expert at the editing and the stuff, right?
No.
Well, that's what's happening now, because now we've asked everybody to put their tools down. They've plated their dishes, and before we have a final look at what their plates look like, those dishes are now being photographed by a professional photographer. Kyk eens ons morsie hier so nie, né? We've got a professional team, production team, even though it looks like organized chaos on a good day. Those plates are now being photographed so that once everybody goes onto social media a little bit later on, you can really have a close look at what we're going to see in a minute or two.
100%.
But look how calm and collected everybody is.
I'm loving it. You know, and I think so, guys. What's going to happen next is that we are going to taste the food right here. But I like the fact that we are going to taste the food with the contestants.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because
so the
before you
contestants-
would do it on your own in your house.
Yeah, exactly. So the contestants are here. We're going to discuss the dishes, and we're going to get a deeper feeling of what the dishes are about. So
It's going to be very exciting. It's a bit difficult because all the dishes are very different. In your mind, do you know whether or not there's one that you're already leaning towards or very keen to taste?
No, it always comes down to taste. You know, it always comes down to taste, and I think that's the
most important thing.
That's the biggest thing.
And look, I mean, we've learned from people like you that people have gotten to know over the years, not just over the last few months, over the years. You know, we've now learned about plating and all of the fancy things, and that is nice. Mas wat proe, that's still the most important, right?
Always.
And tasting as you go. I mean, the last, what I hate doing is, you know, when you eat at a place and you're just like, the chef didn't taste their food as they were going along,
exactly.
right?
Why
And
is
that's
it so-
important,
why is it
right?
so-
Why do people hate salt so much?
I know.
Right?
Ask me.
Okay, so while we are here, we're just giving everybody enough time to have their plates photographed. Our first person's plate that we're going to, and we are ready. Let me just check with the team.
No, we should be ready.
We are ready to taste the first dish. Sarah Williams, our winner from the first show,
Sarah's bringing
Cooking
it up.
for a Cause.
She's
going to go down
But we need
the middle.
a camera, guys. We need a camera on Sarah as well, though.
Well, go there. Yes, she is there. She is.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
They're on it. They're on it. I was like, we want a drum roll, or we should have gotten you to.
It just seems that this is. Why is this so big?
Okay, jy moet daai kant gaan. Let's move those things out of the way there.
Perfect.
Right. Let's organize
Sarah.
our lives here. Sarah, just before we let you go.
Sorry.
Sarah, how do you? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make like I'm a master chef now. Sarah, how did your cook go? How do you feel about the dish you're presenting
I'm
today?
happy with it. I'm quite happy with it. Yeah, it went as I planned, and went as per the list as I do. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. I don't think I would have done anything any differently.
Any differently?
Yeah.
No disasters? Even though you said you weren't sure about the
I bent
pasta
my
with the
finger a
salad.
little bit on the caramelized walnuts, but other than that, we're all good.
It's all good.
It's a nut injury. A
Yeah.
nut.
And I hope you like your steak kind of
You must use
more
those
on the
forks
rare
over
side.
there. Los my
Sorry.
vorke af.
Sorry. Okay, Sarah.
You know, on this.
Right.
Okay, we don't have knives though.
No, there's your knife.
No, that's a bread knife.
So you use that one.
No. Okay.
Yeah, there is a small.
Thank
So
you.
I just touched it with my
Thank you.
fingers.
No, that's okay. We've got sanitizer here. Okay, so if you can stand one counter back for us so we can make sure we can see your reaction. Thank you, Sarah, contestant number 1. Right. Okay, David's ahead of me here, so I now need to catch up.
Anything. My glasses are fogging up.
David, I'm also going to taste now.
Sarah, remind me about the pepper and the chili. The pepper and the chili sauce. What have you done there?
It's roasted red peppers and tomatoes,
Yeah.
and then I just added some thyme to it when I was blitzing it. Yeah, just strained it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Meat's cooked beautifully.
thank you.
Good flavor.
Oh, and you must have it together with caramelized
Yeah. Onion.
walnut. And then how did you do these?
So just literally grate the thyme on the parmesan on a fine grater, and then roast it, bake it in the oven, 200 degrees for about 10 minutes, and then I chuck some thyme on top of that. And yeah, I just kind of, as they come out the oven, you've got to turn them so that they can get that shape.
So David today on his Insta stories was talking about making herb butter.
I saw that, yeah. So it was a blue cheese. It was but a very mild blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
There's a lot of flavors going on there. So
And I
super
suppose you
mild
would have
blue
wanted.
cheese.
I suppose in terms of timing, you would have wanted the butter to melt a bit more on the
Yes,
on the steak.
I left it in the freezer for a little bit long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, last mouthful.
The blue cheese, lovely. Yeah, really
Not too
comes
much.
to not overpowering. The meat is cooked beautifully, the way I like it. And what I like about the tomato is it gives it that acidity, which you really need with a dish. So, yeah,
I like quite the balance of flavors because
beautiful balance of flavors.
everything on its own would be, but it's a bit picky buyer. But the one actually complements the other.
Honestly,
Beautiful.
Sarah,
Thank you so much, Sarah.
awesome. You take it away.
Thank you so much. Well done.
Awesome. Who's next?
Right,
I'm excited.
Rakisha, let's
Rakisha.
go, baby. The winner of our signature. Look at no, come on, you can't be shaking like that.
Come on now.
Come on now. Right, so step back fast a little bit so we
I'm
can
sorry.
get you.
Yes,
no,
I'm
so we
sorry.
can get you on camera. That's
Okay,
the most important thing.
sure.
As well as social distancing. You were a little bit nervous because you don't often cook with meat.
No,
but how
I
did you go? How do you feel?
Listen, I think my meat's
Step a little bit back so
a
we
little
can
bit
get you on
further.
the camera.
Okay, I think my meat's overcooked. It's a little bit more than I wanted it to be cooked. But I personally, I think the Romanesco sauce has turned out quite nice.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm depending on the Romanesco sauce to kind of
be
bring
the
out all that
star of the
flavour.
show.
I think the steak's caramelized quite nicely. Just a shame that it's just that little bit overcooked.
And then the basil was a basil and chili.
It's just a basil oil.
Beautiful.
Just to give you a bit of freshness.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether the so that was the walnut pesto and the pasta. Walnut pesto sauce in the pasta.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that is coming through, but yeah.
Look, I wouldn't say that the meat's overcooked. I mean, it depends how you like your meat. That's entirely so. It's not dry, so I mean, when it comes to ribeye, at least it's got that little bit of fat in it, and so absolutely fine. Pasta, perfectly cooked, lovely flavor, and that, as you said, the Romanesco is it's got that punch that you really need. So. Yeah, I think it's a great all-round dish.
I tasted the Romanesco on its own now.
Yeah.
The difference between it being made from scratch, it's just mind-blowing. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful
Okay,
flavor.
thank
Have you
you.
made that before? Or
No, this was the first time.
really?
I
Really?
think all of it was first. First for me. I was hoping for a curry, but it never happened. So I think I'm just going to have to get you guys over for a curry. That's what
I'm going to hold you to it.
Yeah, everyone.
I'm going to hold you
come
to
on.
it. Great stuff. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Raki.
so
Well
much.
done with that effort. You're going to have to take your plates.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, our third contestant, Alfreda Jongu. I mean, you had about 5 minutes to go and she was quaffing her wine. She's like, okay, I'm done now.
All I remember.
Actually, have to turn
Yeah,
around.
exactly.
Yeah.
All I remember was that fish cake
Okay,
with the almond flour.
But now you're going, that's memory is long gone of cooking for a
but
cause.
how?
You need to put that out of your head now. This is a new plate that we have to judge.
Okay.
Alfreda, how do you think it went?
Enjoyed it.
Really?
Great
And
fun.
everything went according to plan? What you had in your
great
head?
fun. I had a few floppies, but David ate them, so it's okay.
Yeah, but you know, some people like the burnt bits. I know in my household, I know who gets the burnt bits and they're not me. So you're happy with how things... Oh,
Yeah.
And then meat is rested perfect. Now you see, she now likes the meat differently as well. So there's no wrong here.
Yep.
And the plating.
Yeah. Again, massive flavor.
Oh, big flavors, eh?
Big flavor.
Look.
The sauce, beautifully reduced. It's got a shine on it. The meat perfectly cooked, and then you add this this beautiful crisp to it, which is different, you know. And certainly not wrong. We're not in Italy, so we can do what we want. You know?
No, exactly.
Exactly. So yeah, I like this.
So, Alfreda, how do you normally cook your meat in your house? Because you know, with kids sometimes, oh,
No,
mommy, there's
my
blood,
kids-
it's red.
Yeah, medium rare.
Your kids? Really?
Yeah, well, the Daniel's the only one that eats meat. So, so he eats it medium rare, yeah, but the rest eats it mostly pureed or in snack sizes.
Big flavors and different.
Beautiful.
Alfredo, well done. Thank you very much.
Yep.
And with that news has just come in, guys. Everybody pay attention. We've just had 5,000 Rand donated to the Inner City Can Collective from Bosch.
Oh, very good.
Yay!
Bosch and Dahl, from Bosch and Dahl, from Bosch
Bosch
and
and
Dahl. Thank you so much. So the folks at Bosch and Dahl putting their wine where our mouths are, and they've donated 5,000 Rand
Cheers.
to the Inner City Can Collective. What a great
Awesome.
donation. Thank you so
Awesome.
much. That's what it's about.
Yep. It's about the wine.
And cooking for a course now, you can drink with a course. Right? So if you're
trying.
deciding what to buy in your local wine store, Bosch and Dahl is goeie mense. Right?
Exactly.
Right.
The last,
Our last contestant.
but certainly not the least. After this, we're going to get the whole family involved.
Oh,
Oh.
beautiful.
Beautiful presentation. lovely
Tyler,
plate.
again, another different dish to
Yep.
everybody else. How did it go? How did it feel?
It was fun. It like flew by. I didn't know what I was making like halfway through. I chose today as the day to like try things out. I mean, you know, we have 365 days of the year and I chose today. But yeah, I had a lot of fun and I hope it tastes good.
Right, and she said she had a lot of fun, but every time I looked over there, she was like this.
No.
She was
That's my
busy.
concentration
Fun,
phase.
right?
Yeah.
And it's a challenge that you set yourself as well.
I definitely set myself a challenge, but I loved it. Like I loved every minute of it, and
Your plating is beautiful
Okay,
as
so
well.
just remind us again. So we got this puree on the plate, which is it?
it's like roast caramelized onion puree, and then on top of that I have a walnut, basil, thyme, and parmesan crusted
Yeah.
fillet, and then I have fried basil leaves, a chili oil, and a parmesan and gorgonzola. That situation, that thing.
I know
That's
I
a
That chip.
That.
What did you think? We're busy eating, we can't think.
no, exactly.
You know, I know I teased you about it being a heart attack on a plate, but the flavors are actually not as
Yep.
in your face as you think when you told us what the dish was.
Yeah.
They're actually very subtle, and they work beautifully together, and it doesn't feel heavy.
Yeah.
You know, I know I gave you a hard time about things being deep fried and whatever, but beautiful.
Thank you.
In my opinion.
In your opinion.
I'm standing next to David Higgs and I'm giving my opinion.
Thank you.
What do you think, David? Come now. I suppose that's a good reaction.
Listen, it was
think-
an
I
interesting
think-
box. You could have done a lot with it, and like.
Exactly.
I
think the
trusted
big
my
thing
gut.
with the big thing with food is that obviously it's about flavor, it's about presentation, and everything else, but a lot has to do with textures as well, you know. And
Yeah.
so we got this beautiful crispy pasta, the crispy basil, the onion puree that is soft, and then the meat that is perfectly cooked. So yeah, another great dish. So
Thank
yeah.
you.
So
Praat gou daar, ek eet nog.
yeah. Hold on. It's just I'm gonna take one more piece of that. Thank you.
Oh, the parmesan. Guys, you know
Okay.
you didn't make this easy.
No.
Honestly.
So guys, for me it's down to 2. I've narrowed,
actually
I've
need a little
narrowed,
corner
I've
to go
narrowed, I've narrowed it down to 2 in my mind.
Okay, but now while you're thinking, we also need to remind people that
Yes.
this might be the end of season 1
Yes.
of David Higgs' Cooking for a Cause.
I'm so
News
excited.
just in.
I'm so excited.
News just in. There will be a second season of Cooking for a Cause on Dave's Kitchen. Dave's Kitchen
Hey.
on YouTube. It will be launched sometime in October, so make sure,
Yeah,
like
but-
we do every day, we check in. Dave, what are you doing, Dave? Dave will tell us when Cooking for a Cause 2 will kick off. And of course, most importantly, if you've been watching these very skilled folks and think, I can do that, put your money where your mouth is
Exactly.
for a good cause and enter, because then that instruction will come at the time.
But I think what's been absolutely beautiful, and about the people that's in this room and the people that have entered, you know, it's foodies, food bloggers, people that really got involved with food, and that's something. It's quite interesting that's something that never got involved with the headline TV show that we did, you know, and so yeah, please
I love the fact.
keep looking at what's going on and enter, because I think that'll be great.
My favorite part of this entire experience was going into different South African kitchens.
Yeah.
Because for me, that is where we are at our most
Yeah,
vulnerable
yeah.
and our most ourselves. And this show made it possible,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
through technology, to see bits of that kitchen and husbands and partners who were holding up lights, and when there was load shedding, and you know, it was such a heartwarming
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
experience. But of course, at the end of all of that, we've got all our wonderful sponsors who have made it possible, and we've spoken about them at length. Our great contestants, and at the end of all of that, there has to be a winner.
I know.
Because
I know.
of course we've
So
got family members.
Where
of
are the family? The family
No, but
and
they
friends.
they can't come in just yet.
Why not?
Because have you heard about this thing called the pandemic?
Oh.
Yeah. So unfortunately, they can't come here just yet. Our contestants can be united with them a little bit afterwards. So. But before that, you're just killing time now, because you're too scared to say who you think the winner's
I
gonna
know.
be.
I've got a winner.
Right. We have to have a winner, unfortunately. As amazing all of your dishes were, they really were all amazing. I'm so glad I don't have your job. Ek is net hier om te praat en te proe.
Okay. It's such a difficult thing to stand here in front of you and try and just nominate one person, because, and it's cliche and it's all bullshit, really. You know, like we always say, like it's all so beautifully special. I'm gonna be like, hey, like what's his name? Fuck, who's that president that we all fucking
Donald Trump. No, please don't say that. Let's not say his name.
It's all so special.
Come on, David.
No.
David,
No,
stop
but
it.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You know, like it really is quite incredible what's happened over the last month, and I really appreciate all of you entering and being part of this great cause. However, we have to get down to some sort of point where we nominate a winner.
And?
I think, so the first narrowing down would come down to Ty and Sarah. Okay? So essentially, Siri just came. So essentially the winner will be between Ty and Sarah. That's the first narrowing down. When it comes to food, for me, it's about this heartwarming feeling. It's about, yes, presentation is important, but it's about a wholesomeness that I enjoy.
And the winner is?
Sarah, it's been special. Sarah Williams, our first winner from the very, very first show. It has been.
Come on.
Come join us over here. Come. I think we're going to join over here. So why did Sarah win?
Of course you are. The
Essentially-
husband's coming up as well.
Essentially,
standing behind the counter?
it's about flavor. It's about taste. It's about wholesomeness, and that is what
Let's stand over there.
that is what
Keep
Sarah
Move
that
along
Sarah
there
gave to us.
so her husband can come in as well. Look at you. We're married. Oh, it's your partner. Sorry, Mark.
It's not a big deal, but it's okay.
No.
Come in.
Okay, wait,
And just
where's my mask?
Sarah,
I need my
remind us again about who it was. Go to the middle there, David. If you can
I'm
move along,
trying.
please. Okay, so, Sarah. Moving on.
No, it's all good. It's all
Sarah,
good.
remind us just quickly again what you named your dish and why.
It was called Chef D.
Yeah.
That was like my brother's nickname. It was what everyone called him.
And your brother, unfortunately, has passed away. He's not with us anymore. And you cooked in his honor.
I did.
And it won you the
I
prize.
had sunflower blossom honey on my table. Yeah.
What a great story, David. I think you must just move a little bit more to your right there.
Sorry, Jess.
So that I can see all of us. Congratulations, guys. There we go. Our winner of the first Cooking for a Cause, season 1. Great.
So guys, I just want to say again, Sarah, to you and John, I think, you know, both myself and Marcel have been talking over the last couple of, you know, these beautiful moments that we have with people, and again, cooking is from the heart, you know, and you can really taste it and you can really feel it, and yeah. Ja, quite special. Quite special.
Julle nou is trane man.
Hey?
Julle nou gaan ek ook help. And this is it, food for so many of us for different reasons is an emotional thing, you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
before the wheels come off.
The wheels are off already.
Allow us just again.
The wheels are off already, chaps.
Okay, we're going to let you guys go so you can have a proper hug and a proper cry. Sarah Williams and her partner. No, it's fine. I'm a crier of note. And there they are, the first winner.
Hey?
What a thing! Even David's got tears in his eyes.
No.
Our first winner of the first season of David Higgs' Cooking for a Cause. Not a dry eye in the house. She's the winner. But we are all winners.
No, we all
We
winners.
really
No.
are. Because we never would have met all these wonderful, passionate foodies and allowed them to cook, and they've allowed us into their kitchens and to taste their food. What a
Exactly.
great experience, David.
So I just want to say, you know, I was approached a couple of months ago by the team from Premier League and Premier Lifestyles to say, let's put together this cooking show. I'm mad about cycling, and they have this beautiful cycling channel, the Premier League, and they said to me, why don't we do something about around cooking, you know? And I was a little bit skeptical, I won't lie. And what was put together in the last month was just absolutely phenomenal. So I just want to say thank you to them, and you know, all we need to do now is we look forward to the next series. You can see how special it really was, and lockdown is something that will stay with all of us, every single one of us that's
For the rest
here,
of our lives.
For the rest of our lives, because I don't think we'll ever see. I hope to the good Lord we'll never see anything like this again, and we part of that, you know, like we are freaking part of that, and that makes it special to me. Yeah.
Absolutely. So to our winners, Sarah Williams, to our other contestants, Raki, Tyler, Elfrida, guys, thank you so much for putting all of your heart and souls into your dishes, like so many South Africans do every day when they put food on the table for their loved ones.
Exactly.
This is what it's all about. Cooking for a Cause has been just that, all heart and soul. Thank you to all of our sponsors, all of our partners, and hopefully you'll join us, maybe even participate in the next Cooking for a Cause.
Mid-October.
Sometime in October. Keep watching this guy on social media. He'll have all the details. Look after each other out there and keep cooking. Bye.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks.